Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and it's Wednesday, March 19th. You're watching Phuket Xtra, brought to you by PVCPhuket.com. Richard Burrows, who for decades lived in Phuket under the name Peter Smith, has been found guilty of 54 counts of sexual offences against young boys in his native England. The Chester Crown Court in England handed down the verdicts on Monday, which included convictions for indecent assault of boys, attempted buggery, and indecency with a child, according to Cheshire Police. At an earlier hearing, the 80-year-old, who is incarcerated at His Majesty's Prison Alt Course, had already pled guilty to 43 offences, including indecent assault of boys, making indecent images of children, possession of indecent images of children, and 4 counts of possession of false identity documents with intent. The court heard how between 1968 and 1995, Burrows systematically abused 24 young boys across the Cheshire, West Midlands, and West Mercia areas, using his position of trust over them and the trust of their families as a scout leader. It was not until the 1990s, following revelations in relation to offences at other children's homes and institutions, that many of the victims had the confidence to come forward. A large-scale investigation was launched by detectives from Cheshire Police in 1994. Burrows was initially arrested in April of 1997 and was subsequently charged the month after with 11 counts of indecent assault in relation to the offences and 2 counts of buggery. He was released on bail and was due to attend court in December of 1997, but he fled England and arrived in Thailand later that year, where he stayed for the next 27 years, where he worked in advertising and had an active interest in sailing. He also taught English at local schools from time to time. Burrows remained on the wanted list throughout that time, and it wasn't until 2023 that Cheshire Police, using specialized software to search for possible images of Burrows, they finally found a match, a man named Peter Smith who was living in Geelong right here in Phuket. In their investigation, authorities learned that Burrows had stolen the name Peter Smith from an acquaintance who was terminally ill, and allowed him to fraudulently obtain a genuine passport in 1997. He returned to England several times throughout his years in Thailand, not once raising any red flags to British authorities. Police became aware of Burrows' intention to return to the UK, traveling under the alias of Peter Smith in 2024, and informed Thai authorities, who helped monitor his travel back to the United Kingdom. He was arrested as soon as he landed at Heathrow Airport in April of 2024. Cheshire Police say that following this week's verdict, Burrows has been remanded in custody and will be sentenced on Monday, April 7th for a total of 97 offences. There's more to the story, so for the rest, visit thephuket.news.com. A well-known Bristol restaurant owner is fighting for his life after being struck by a motorcycle while crossing a road in Sayuan in Rawai. 39-year-old Rick Yuri is known for running Gorilla Thai Kitchens in Bristol, which were nominated for Uber Eats Restaurant of the Year in 2024 in England. The 39-year-old had been in Thailand since February training Muay Thai. His friends have set up an online fundraising campaign to help alleviate the financial burden on the family, given the medical costs and his long road to recovery. On the night of March 15th, last Saturday, Yuri was walking across Sayuan Road in the south of Phuket at about 12:30 p.m. when he was hit at high speed by a motorcycle, causing severe injuries upon impact. The 2 individuals riding the X-Max motorcycle were arrested at the scene. Yuri was rushed to a local hospital and was later transferred to Bangkok Hospital Phuket in Phuket town, where he remains with multiple skull and rib fractures, a shattered nose, and bleeding on the brain. His injuries have been described as potentially life-threatening. Mr. Yuri's friend, Solomon Wilkinson, has launched a fundraising campaign and says that they aim to raise 45,000 British pounds to support his recovery, and they're still trying to confirm Yuri's insurance status, though the costs are expected to reach tens of thousands of British pounds. Members of Yuri's family have already flown out to Thailand to be with him during this critical time. A link to his GoFundMe campaign is in the description, and any donations goes towards his medical costs. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Just before you break a bone. Oh,
Alcohol consumption within designated areas at national parks in Thailand will now be allowed, provided a permit is granted by the park's chief. The regulations covering alcohol consumption at national parks has been revised by top officials in the Department of National Parks, Wildlife and Plant Conservation, the DNP, this week. DNP Chief Atapol Charonchansa says that the department changed the rules following a series of public hearings on amendments to its national park regulations. Currently, the DNP bans alcohol to prevent disturbances to other visitors, particularly those camping nearby. DNP Chief Atapol said that the existing regulations allow for the establishment of clubhouses for recreational purposes. These areas will serve as designated zones where alcohol consumption is permitted, but only with approval from the park's chief. Permits will be granted for groups, not based on individual requests. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. The first Thailand Sustainable Tourism Conference will be taking place at the end of the month right here in Phuket, and Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra is expected to not only attend, but deliver a special presentation. Prime Minister Paetongtarn's keynote address will be on the topic Soft Power, Mechanisms for Creating Sustainability for Thai Tourism. The event is expected to bring together government agencies, private sector representatives, and tourism entrepreneurs to exchange knowledge, share best practices, and foster cooperation in sustainable tourism. The event will be held at the Phuket Ratchabat University Conference Center on March 28th and March 29th. Phuket's hosting of the TSTC 2025 follows its selection as the venue for the Global Sustainable Tourism Conference in 2026. Later this year, Phuket representatives will travel to Fiji to receive the official flag as the next GSTC host. This month's conference will feature over 20 expert speakers, exhibition and business matching with more than 30 entrepreneurs, as well as networking opportunities for over 200 industry participants. In addition, there will be hands-on workshops on carbon credit tree planting and waste-to-income initiatives, among other topics. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. We really appreciate you joining us on this edition of Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to $20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.